cars, learning the ropes. It's not a game.
Violent language in the stands, it's not a game.
Verbal abuse from the sideline, it's not a game.
Screaming at a referee in the parking lot, it's not a game.
The high school volleyball season is now underway. This will be the first full week of the season, and we kick off our coverage tonight here at Horizon Christian. The Lions hosting the Lady Tigers of Crispus Attucks. Tonight's game brought to you in part by the Morales Group, building better futures one story at a time. By Burtner Electric, quality electrical services in 9 surrounding counties. By Clean Slate, maximize the potential with us. Aspen Creek Grill, home of the Powwow Shrimp. Piper Logistics, serving greater Indianapolis, Cincinnati, and Atlanta. And Boilermaker Local 374, International Brotherhood of Boilermakers. Great to have you with us as the high school volleyball season is upon us. We have a long stretch to go, but we begin our coverage tonight. Troy Dargowski, Coach Keith Myers, looking for 2 teams to make an impact starting tonight. One team won their conference last year. That was Crispus Attucks. They went 9-1 in the conference. And for this Horizon team, they're trying to get things going as a program, and they're hoping to begin it with a win tonight.
Yeah, you talked to both coaches. Both coaches are very excited about having the season start tonight. They're both excited that the IndianaSRN is in town. The school was a little electric in the hallways today. People pumped, chest bumping each other, and it's like, okay, welcome. You talked to Horizon's coach last year. They started off early. They're 2-0. They won their jamboree for the first time in 7 years.
Wow.
So that's pretty impressive. She likes to be above 500 before halfway through the season. I said, what's that mean? She goes, that means we guaranteed a spot. And then they won a regional spot.
Right.
So those are goals for the coach. You look at Attucks, she lost 14 seniors.
Yeah.
She's rebuilding 25 new kids in the program, and most of those kids have no idea what volleyball is. So, coach, but you know what? She's a good coach. She'll get them under control. The young kids, though, are stepping up. She says the sophomores are very, very good, and she did not tell them a word that they were going to be on TV until they walked in the gym tonight. And then when I walked over before the JV game was over, they go, are we really going to be on TV? I said, you're really going to be on TV? They go, all right.
Yeah.
So they're excited.
Well, Attucks last year, as I mentioned, and again with losing so many players, they went 15-14. They were 9-1 in the conference. They actually played pretty well on the road. They were 8-7 and beat this Horizon team, though that game was at home. It was a 3-1 final. Attucks came back after losing that first set 26-24, and they won the next 3. So they have a little advantage there only because of what's on paper. But as you said, with all the new personnel, the Lady Tigers, they're going to have some work to do.
You look at 9-1 in their conference, and you look at that and say, okay, well, then you look at the seeding. First time I think they had a number 6 seed in the city tournament. That's a big deal for a lot of people, and especially Crispus Attucks. So, tonight should be very interesting, Troy, because we're right at the end zone. The ball will come at about 100 miles an hour, and if Matthew doesn't catch it and Jerry doesn't catch it, we're in trouble.
So hey, the nice news is I'm in the middle. So I've got a buffer on the right and the left side. So it's really up to you guys more than it is me.
All I know is the last time I did a basketball game here with Bill Ludlow, he got hit in the chest with a chest pass, and it took him a while to get his breath, and we all laughed if we had dead air. We will try not to do that tonight.
Exactly. You know, one factor about tonight when you talk about all the personnel changes for this Attucks team, but on the other side, when you look at Horizon, they are still very young, and the one thing I noticed the most about their roster, they don't have a ton of size. So up front, they could be at a disadvantage.
Well, you look at the senior, though, Tatum Cavell, she will be wearing number 2 today. Very happy girl, always wants to do the best she can. Great passer, great team leadership. And she said as a senior, she stepped up, and she's helped these sophomores. You got a couple of sophomores that are outside hitter. You got a junior that's a setter. Good attitude by all the players. Everybody wants to win. Vanessa Nelman, as a team captain, is also very well. And I have to tell you, Lizzie Cutter, number 15, I told her I would say this. She's the second best player that I enjoy being around.
Really?
Yeah.
Who's the first?
Mrs. Myers is still my number 1 player.
Very good.
Yep.
By the way, there are a couple of players that are back on this Attucks team who won that contest 3-1 last year. Deanna Sanders last year had 8 service aces and 17 digs in the win. And Naya Landers is back with 9 kills. Joy Arnett with 10 assists. And Stephanie Mejia is back as well. Mejia ended up with 24 receptions in that matchup last year. Now the question is, how important is it? We saw last year again, Horizon won the first game, but then Attucks won the next 3. How important is on your home floor to come out, win that opening one, to really kind of put a lot of pressure back on the opposing team?
I think the JV game set the stage for this game because the JV team got beat badly last year. They won their game. That momentum sometimes carries over. I always wanted to win I wanted to win the first 2, and to be honest with you, you want to win all 3 and go home early. But you know, you win that first 2, you're really in the driver's seat. But you win that first one here in the atmosphere that it will get loud in this gym. It could be a dominant force. Whoever wins that first game, I think may have the advantage to win this thing.
The other thing might be big is that you've already seen, you mentioned Horizon has a couple of matchups under their belt already. This Attucks team has not had that experience already. With the lack of experience overall, that could be a huge factor.
Last year when we did this game, it was game 3 for both teams, and Attucks was 2-0 going into that. They beat a very good Covenant team, and they beat a very Irvington Prep team. This year, schedules changed a little bit. Being the first game on a Tuesday night, all-day school today, you know, that wears a television on a 15, 16-year-old young lady. So we'll see how things work out.
One of the key, who will make the fewest mistakes in this one tonight probably will end up winner. We're talking about service errors and receiving errors. Those can be really big in a matchup like what you're going to see here tonight.
And you make a great point. Early in the year, how many mistakes are going to happen, and how do you rebound from those?
We will a little bit later. The preseason Indiana volleyball poll is out. In fact, polls for all 4 classes. We'll talk about those teams. And you know what? Indiana also has a bevy of very, very talented players, especially when you consider all the players around the Indianapolis area. We'll talk about some of those players. And guess what? Most of them are going to some pretty big schools, too. So that's going to be fun to kind of go over that as well. Really, the preseason poll at this stage, there's not a whole lot of surprises when we look at some of the teams that are in the top 10. But we're going to come back. We'll talk more about this matchup, more about the polls as we begin our coverage of high school athletics right here on IndianaSRN.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Back here at Horizon Christian, you see Attucks just to your left. They'll be in their all black uniforms here tonight. The Lions will be in their home greens here this evening. Both teams will be introduced here in a couple of moments. And tell you what, I think everybody's excited for the season to get underway. Football's coming up for all of us as well. Coming up on Friday, seems like it's always kind of a short summer, but we're back in it from here until next, June. We'll be going strong.
Yeah, football, 3 big games for us Friday night. Covenant Christian Speedway. You and I have a big one, Buff and Chittard. And then our folks goes down to Evansville as Evansville Memorial takes on Jasper. Coaches are getting ready. We're asked for 2 deeps, and volleyball tonight. Get Wednesday and Thursday off. Got to gear up for Friday. Then next week we hit it volleyball on Monday, soccer on Thursday, and then back up 4 big football games next weekend. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We're glad to do that. The neat thing about this game being the first game that we have, we're at a Christian school, Christian setting. They get some love as well early in the year. This has been a pretty good, and it's been a nice little rivalry the last 2 years. So anything can happen in this game. We're glad that you joined us here on IndianaSRN. If you'd like to sponsor or underwrite, you can contact us at coach at IndianaSRN.org.
You know, the new telescope that's out there showing all the galaxies and everything, did you happen to notice the newest, they don't really know what it is, but it looks like a question mark out there in the middle of nowhere.
Is that Jerry?
It could be. But isn't that kind of what we're looking at here? We got a lot of question marks in this game. We've got youth on one side and inexperience on another.
What I will tell you, though, it will be loud in this gym, and Attucks just figured out where the camera is. Matt will have a good time.
He looks like he's having a good time already.
Well, I tell you what, he eats well.
He does.
I mean, he had 4 nachos, 5 hot dogs, 2 cheeseburgers.
Yeah, and he just came in with some checks too.
And a Diet Coke.
Yeah.
I'm glad he's on my budget.
I'm not sure by the end of the night you will be.
Yeah, it's good to have the old veteran back too. Jerry's doing the 1 and 2s tonight.
I know.
He must have thought this was a big time game.
I'm sure you told him it was.
It was around 7 o'clock this evening.
That's right. As we await the Lions to make their way onto the court, we're ready to get this one underway in just a few moments. Joy Arnett, the 6'1" senior, you see her right there, number 15. She'll provide some height at the net. We'll keep an eye on her. Anaya Landers also at 5'11", and you kind of get an idea with Latoria Porter, who's only 5'5", but again, size-wise, you look on the other side, and the one player that stands out perhaps the most will be number 7. That is Maya Gable, who's at 5'10", and she's the only player listed at 5'10". Everybody else, in fact, if you look at the roster, if these numbers are correct, they're looking at 5'8", the next tallest player, and that is Caden Marshall. So not a lot of size there for Horizon.
Well, in volleyball, you don't really need size.
It helps.
Yeah, it does, especially when you have a 6'6" line.
Yeah, that's big.
Horizon wearing their green jerseys.
Vanessa Ellman, a junior.
You know who her granddad is?
I do.
Yeah, Bill Ludlow.
Is he watching?
I think he may be in the stands. We may have to scout him out.
Okay. As we await the officials' whistle to start this one.
New this year, the officials have to let the other official know who the captain is, and then you wave to the official.
Really?
Yeah, kind of neat.
I didn't know that.
Here we go. The season has begun.
So Elman will be the first serve here tonight, and there's an ace. Daniels unable to hold on to that one on the receiving end. First receiving error of the night for Attucks. Early 1-0 lead, still crowd coming into this one here tonight. Deep serve in the middle, unable to handle that one is Mejia. And already 2 aces now for Elman.
Good start.
And we mentioned maybe receiving errors could be a huge factor for an inexperienced team like Attucks here tonight. We'll see if that will continue to be the case. Attucks on the return perhaps here, and that's going to be just wide, and an early 3-0 lead.
Boy, that was a nice set there. Nice play. There's a good shot of Elman.
Well, you notice every time, again, they'll call for a zone. They want to attack on the serve, and so far they've been going
number 6.
Yeah, middle back, and also Daniels there as well. That is Daniels. Daniels on the return. First time the Lions on offense, and that's going to be just inside the line. Big time hit outside left by Victoria Williams.
Definitely found home, didn't it?
Yep.
Williams, nice little step, jump, early 4-0. Don't want to go too long without you calling timeout for the first game of the year. You got to settle them down a little bit.
Yeah, no doubt about that one. Victoria Williams getting the kill. A receiving error that time by Demi Jackson. That's their 3rd receiving error already.
We talked about how young this team is for Attucks. I only see two seniors on this team. The rest of them are sophomore and juniors.
Well, the one thing you mentioned earlier, Keith, is when you talk about inexperience, it's a tough thing to do, to come in and then play varsity volleyball, as that'll be the 4th receiving error now by Crispus Attucks.
And especially when you have 25 new girls, you probably only had maybe 3-4 weeks, maybe 3 weeks of practice.
Yeah, maybe. And so many teams play a lot of club volleyball, as that is the 5th receiving error and the 4th ace already for Elman, and it's 7-0.
The thing that, you talk about club volleyball, it's fantastic, but for the high school coach, you get them late, and then you're going to teach them your way of playing. It's kind of tough to get back at it.
Attucks attacking in the middle. Good rotation there for the Lions as they'll go deep to Mejia. Nice volley, and the Lions back on offense outside, down the line. Nice return. Mejia able to get to that one. And a nice block at the net, and the point will go to the Lions.
But that time the rotation went well. Attucks stayed in that rotation. This is the finish of that. This is a nice pass, just couldn't deliver.
Timeout on the floor. Lions lead it 8-0.
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from-scratch concept with comfort fresh food. You can expect a world-class experience on a great budget. We've got incredible specials, great service. Today's dish that we're going to highlight is going to be our Aspen Blue Sirloin. It is, again, our premium Black Angus certified beef, and we top that with a blue cheese crust. Again, everything that we do here is made from scratch, and it's no different from our steaks. We hand cut all our steaks in-house. So our team back there is just an incredible team. Everything that they do, they take so much pride in. They put a little bit of themselves into everything that they do over here, especially since it is a made from scratch concept. We want everybody to come, visit us, enjoy some great food with some great service. Bring your friends, bring your family, come have some great food, have a great time with us with some of the best comfort scratch food.
Following the timeout, the 8-0 lead now for the Lions. They could not have asked for a better start, and there's another ace. That one just clipping the top of the net.
If you're going that huddle of Attucks' huddle, the first thing you say, hey, let's settle down. I know it's 8-0. We got some things to do. Let's continue to work our system. And you got to believe in each other.
Yeah. Well, communication will be a big part that they'll learn as the season goes along. Ball hit deep, and there's the first point there for Attucks.
Now, if you're Attucks, and this is what I did when I was a coach, and all of a sudden you score, it's like, hey, we're in it.
Yeah.
You know, get off your duff. Let's go.
Arnett will serve for the first time for the Tigers. And before the serve, a whistle will stop play, and you see the official there checking at the scores desk. We may have a rotation issue here. Heard the official say Danny Daniels, number 6.
And I don't know, because she played in the middle of the back row. So if that's the case, they were out of rotation during those 9 points.
And that is another inexperience issue.
Don't forget high school football this Friday night. 3 big games for you on the networks of IndianaSRN. We also want to welcome Rose Holman and Franklin football, along with the IHSAA Championship Series on the network of IndianaSRN.
What's that mean?
It means every championship game, I think IndianaSRN will be there.
Very good.
Yeah. A lot of people talking about that. There's one of the games.
Yeah.
That's a rival.
Yep.
7 minutes down the road from each other.
Yep.
I think Matthew is on that game, Covenant Christian and Speedway. Babuff Chittard. The A team is at that game.
Well, and should be, because that's probably one of the better games around the area, right?
Well, and they got a great color guy.
Yeah, they do.
Doing that game.
Yeah.
And then the last one we have, I tell you, if you ever been to see Jasper Memorial, that's a fun game to do. Chuck is going to be down in Evansville 9 weeks this year, and Jerry is thrilled.
Because Jerry's going to be there 9 weeks too?
No,
or
Jerry
Chuck's
will
gonna
not be there.
Oh,
Actually, Jerry's got some games this year, but Jerry's going to be doing some consulting this year, which is really good.
Very good.
We got a good quality staff, and it's going to be nice. Here we go. We got the right server.
And it looks like they got everything straightened out. 9-1. First serve again for Attucks. Lions, no play, will make the return. Let's see what the Tigers will do with this one. That's going to be in just inside the line.
Nice little skip pass there. Nice setup there by Attucks. Attucks is on the move here.
Porter able to get a nice swing on the outside left.
Sometimes you just have to get in the flow of the game.
Well, I'd be nervous, for sure. Nice return for the Lions, almost unable to make the play. Back set, and just a little bit too far off the mark by Vanessa Ellman.
Yeah, that set has to be up, and it's got to be right in the center. That was a little bit behind, and just couldn't go back and get the ball.
That's really their first error, speaking of Horizon, their first real true error on the attack so far here tonight. Arnett, another good serve. From the middle. Nice block up front. That's going to be Landers.
And if you notice, Arnett's serving that ball way past the 10-foot mark. So you got to go get, that's deep, folks. Got to go back and get that ball.
Landers with her first kill of the night. And there's an ace by Arnett.
How about a 9-5 rally here?
5 unanswered now by Crispus Attucks.
Coach feels pretty good about herself right now, calling that timeout.
Yeah. Well, how many times we've seen over the years teams call timeout and the whole complexion of the game just changes.
Yep. Especially in that game 5. Nice pass.
Oh,
someone's got to go get that ball. That's a nice pass. Someone's got to go get that ball, and I think that probably would be the setter.
First receiving error tonight by the Lions. And that's now 6 in a row here for Arnett. Good serve.
And 7 in a row.
And I think Horizon's a little tight now. Felt pretty good about themselves. They call a timeout.
They will get a timeout. Horizon giving up 7 in a row. They lead at 9-7.
We really focus on modern application development, DevOps, so automating the whole process of delivering your solution, and cloud architecture.
It's very important for mid to large companies to have cloud partners because you can't possibly have all the talent you need to address the complex ecosystem of the cloud.
We advise them on all parts of their business. And then when things are defined and we see a clear goal, Clean Slate also then goes and does the work.
We have a team that is very passionate about what they do. We love to solve complex problems, and there's a lot of companies out there that will avoid, getting involved in those things, and I think that's why clients like to work with us.
Well, the one thing we, Keith, so far have not seen is really good defense on either side.
Right.
I mean, that's kind of been
good point.
The theme so far, as both offenses have been pretty good. Well, now it's time to turn on the defense following the timeout. 7 in a row by Attucks. Can they make it 8? Boy, nice play there by Landers.
You got to set the ball up. I know that one hit might be good, but set that up. Make the defense move a little bit. 9-8. They were down 9-0 about 2 minutes ago, folks.
Well, you saw Gable there for Horizon at the net. Really didn't play it well. There is Arnett again. Boy, Arnett's on a roll. She might serve him right to the win, huh?
Yeah, she's feeling pretty good about herself. Give me the ball. See that rotation on the ball?
Yeah.
She spins that ball.
Nice deep serve, and it's going to go long. So not bad, though, when you look at Arnett. She had 9 in a row, and that's the first service error for Attucks. So the Lions go back on offense, and it'll be Libra Alberto, a sophomore, who will be serving now. There you see Libra right there. Kind of pressure on her a little bit, too, huh? You got to get the lead back here. And try to go on another 9-0 run if you can. Heck of a serve.
Nice serve.
That got a little buzz from the crowd.
That almost got our camera guy.
That is now 6 aces.
Yeah, you look at this and you got to feel pretty good about the way you're playing. Another hit. Wow.
Nice play at the net there by Gable. Gable getting her second kill. Look at this. This serve here by Alberto is just a line drive fastball. Attucks able to survive that one. Unable to play that one at the net.
Got to rotate that ball around. When that ball goes on the other side, Williams has to take that step in before she goes forward.
That is the second attack error by Horizon.
Okay, she's going to go deep right here. She's going to go to zone 5.
Landers, unfortunately, went too deep.
Yeah. You know those white lines around there?
You got to stay inside there.
Yeah. That's my teams never did that.
No. It's what got you out of volleyball so quickly, huh?
Got me into it, and then it got me out quick. Debbie goes, you need to just quit.
Just quit. Here's Gable on the serve. First time serving now for the Lions.
Oh, nice.
Heck of a play by Hathaway, just a sophomore there for the Lions. That'll be wide.
But did you see the set? The set was enough. She's in the rotation there, but Hathaway made that possible. Dad's right in the front row.
Back to a 4-point lead. Boy, you got to do a better job of receiving those, but Nice way to come back and get it over. How about that hit?
Williams. Whoa. Stepping in front of that one a little bit.
That's Williams, I believe, again, right from the outside left.
Yes,
it
sir.
is.
Step in front of that ball. See if that hurt you.
Williams, their second kill. Gable has 2. Williams has 2. Lead back to 5. It's been an up and down game so far here for the Lions. From behind the attack line, no offensive attack there. Lions come back again. Big time swing by Williams.
Set her up again. Oh, half away.
Yeah, with the left hand. Nicely played by Mejia. And unable to get that one is Williams.
I'm pretty impressed with Williams. Outside hitter. She's a team captain of this team this year, along with Vanessa Elman. We got us a ball game.
Porter. -4. And we have, I believe, a net violation. Our first. So back to a 3-point lead. You see Elman over to talk with the head coach, and now she'll come over and talk to the head
She's going to ask the official why that is a violation, because she's not 6 foot tall. She's only 5'4". How could she be over the net to attack the ball? Because he's calling it an overhead attack. And how can she be when she's 5'4"?
Maybe she jumps like you.
I see.
Like,
Okay.
Somebody that's 7'4".
Now she goes back over and says that this is what he said. The call stands.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
-3 in serving. Been a seesaw battle so far, but things have kind of evened out recently. And the point will go to the Lions.
Sometimes it's just better to be good. Look at this hit. She did not make that full contact of that ball, and that ball towed the line there.
That was Lizzie Clutter, by the way.
Yes, it was.
Back to a 4-point lead. Coming in will be Achenbach. Lillian is a senior.
Lillian has played all 4 years on this ball club.
Well, right now you're down to a -9 in this opening set. When you get to 20, you start counting. The pressure really gets on the other team. Almost a collision at the attack line. And that is going to go wide off the left swing of Coe.
Right idea, though, because no one's there. No one was there. Just drifted a little bit to your right. When you get to 20, you count down.
Third attack error now by Attucks. Ball set too close to the net. That is now their 6th receiving error. And we thought errors would be big. We're talking about 6, 8, 11 errors now on Crispus Attucks.
First game of the year.
Yep. Well, you talked about being some growing pains. That's the first service error, though, on the Lions. Here is Demi Jackson. Jackson serving for the first time. Left hand push there by Clutter. Back to the outside, but too much on that one by Daniels.
Checking in the ball game for Attucks, number 5.
That'll be Italia Sanchez. By the way, should mention too, this was 9-0, 9-9, and now Horizon leads it by 4. So we've been doing this. We're going to get sick on this roller coaster ride
up
here.
the hill we go.
But they gave the point to Attucks, so it's 18-14.
Wow.
We do not see the call there.
Eagle Eye Jerry.
Jackson on the serve. Outside left, big swing and right into the net. That is Ella Selke, a sophomore.
The approach took that little hop. It's a 1, 2, 3, go type of hit.
Timing's a lot of it.
Yes, sir.
Nice play at the net. Great job by the libero. That being Emily Olson. Jackson on the return gets the point.
I like number 13 of Horizon. Emily will get her jersey dirty. That white jersey will be dark and black by the end of the night.
Yeah,
diving on the floor.
Speaking of Olsen, the sophomore, she played that one well.
And now Attucks is just down by 2. And now the captain is now talking to the official one more time.
Guess it'll be safe to say, at least for this opening set, no lead is safe at this point.
Good point.
It's not a really big gym either, and I would imagine if you end up going to some other gyms that have a little more space, it might feel different. But this one, you don't have a ton of room on either end line, do you?
And your depth perception is totally different in this gym than any other.
Yeah.
Try to play basketball in this gym.
Oh, I can imagine.
It's a lot of fun. I lost only 5 games in my career here.
And all of them were here?
Oh,
you coached here?
Oh, yeah. Did I coach? Yeah, thanks. Troy knew that, folks. I'm telling you, he knew.
Outside, big swing on the return from Selke. Back set, and the point. Jackson touched it. If she lets that one go, that's a point.
Yep. That's coming right in your living room right there, ladies and gentlemen.
So now 3-point lead. Lions will have the serve in this opening set. That might be Yasmin Servin. Good serve. Boy, the return, you got to get a chance to work on offense, and once you return it right back, you're at a deficit. That's going to be wide off the swing there by Sanchez.
Again, right idea. No one's home, but she just forced it out, and now you're +5. You're only 5 away.
That is the 5th attack error now by Crispus Attucks. See, and that's what we talk about right there. You got to give your offense a chance to score. There you go.
Nice job by Marshall. Marshall told me her uniform is 74, but it looks like a question mark. I said, that's how you play? Questionable? No comment.
No comment. That is, by the way, I understand, the first kill. And we have a timeout on the floor. Right now, the Lions lead it by 5.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
By the way, the preseason polls out. Hamilton Southeastern is number 1 in 4A. By the way, they picked up 22 of the 25 first-place votes.
You voted 1, didn't you?
I voted 1.
Did you vote Hamilton Southeastern?
Well, of course.
1? Okay.
You see the talent they got back?
I voted for Yorktown.
Well, they're number 2, followed by McCutcheon, Roncalli, Brebeuf, and Brownsburg tied At number 5, we'll try to check out the rest of the polls as we go throughout the night. Misplayed there by Emily Olson.
You look at the top 3, and they could possibly be facing each other before the state tournament.
Yeah. Carmel is 7th, followed by Cathedral Fishers and Center Grove. There's a ton of volleyball talent in Central Indiana.
Yep.
And amazing, all those teams from Central Indiana. Nice serve.
Joust.
Attucks going to get an attack here. Good job by Olson playing that middle. A little bit too much on that one by Emily Olson. (21-18).
Who's going to make the less mistake to win this?
And right now they're both piling it up, but tell you what, not a bad serve there by Mejia. Was a little bit deep, misplaying on that back row. Mejia getting her first ace. And the lead back to 2. Well, that one had a lot of curve on it. Just dropped right in front of Olson.
Nice little rotation.
By the way, all the games last year, 26, 24, 25, 21, 25, 14, 25, 15. The ones were close early, and then Attucks got separation late. That's going to be wide, I believe. Nope, it was on the line.
21-21. How about this? You can tell it's the first game of the year. No.
Good serve by Mejia. Well, the Lions have had a couple of big leads here. They just cannot put Attucks away. I think they're going to call that a double hit, and they will.
Rotation of the ball, that's a pretty easy call. Timeout at Horizon.
Boy, how about that? Horizon now trails it by 1.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Mentioned the preseason polls a couple of moments ago. We talked about 4A and 3A. Providence is number 1. Then Belmont, Angola, Western Boone, Silver Creek, Bar Reeve, Newcastle. Northwood is tied with Bishop Dwenger at number 8 and Benton Central at number 10.
Northwood is making some noise lately. They're our preseason football poll.
I think they're getting sick of you leaving them out.
Roman
so decided to,
Roman loves me though.
Does he now?
Yeah, he calls me, emails me every day.
I bet. Boy, I tell you what.
How about this? This is the first lead of the game for Attucks.
Remember, they were down 9-0. That's 3 straight for Mejia. Trying to put it away in this opening set. I don't think most of us would have guessed that Attucks would have come back the way they have, down 9-0. Marshall on that cross-court attack, and the point will go to the Lions.
This is when fundamentals come in. You go back, get your serves in. Go to like a Hathaway right there.
Heard your comment to her dad a little bit ago. Couldn't play that one off the roof. So you get, what, $5 from her dad now?
Yeah. I don't think that will be delivered at all, but that's okay.
That is the first, I believe, kill by Hathaway. Lions trying to win it, but unable to make the return. And now we're at set point here for Attucks. That is now 7 attack errors against Horizon. 6 tonight by Crispus Attucks. And this is Daniels to serve and a chance to win this first set. Again, trailed 9-zip at one point. Oh. Third service error.
Thought about it too much, didn't she?
Yep, got too quiet too.
Yep. I love Coach though. Don't worry about it, and I get the point back.
Victoria Williams, I believe, checking in. Also coming in there for the Lions will be Vanessa Ellman. Now, it was Ellman who got things started. She had 5 aces very early. It was a 9-0 lead, and she was an integral part of that. Now each team needs to win by 2 as we'll go to free volleyball here in this opening set. Boy, nice play just to keep it alive. Williams on the outside, nothing there for Attucks once again, and Williams able to return it cross court. How about that dig by Arnett? Quite a volley going on now. And Williams can't make the return.
What the momentum right there. Look at this dig here by Attucks. That's the finish, okay. But she got on the floor, folks. She pancaked that ball.
Here is Arnett.
She's the other one that started strong.
Yeah, she started that rally. Set point once again here for Crispus Attucks. And guess what? Crispus Attucks rallied from a 9-0 deficit. They win the opening set 26-24.
Calling officials cheaters or corrupt, it's not a game.
Insulting referees, it's not a game.
Threatening officials, it's not a game.
Berating young umpires, learning the ropes, it's not a game.
Violent language in the stands, it's not a game.
Verbal abuse from the sideline, it's not a game.
Screaming at a referee in the parking lot, it's not a game.
Back here at Horizon as the Lions had a 9-0 lead. Bill Ludlow has been watching and will analyze now. Give me a little bit of your thoughts on, first off, losing a 9-0 lead and then losing the set.
Well, you know, they could have kept the number 4 in there serving. I think if they would have done that, you know.
I agree.
She had one hiccup there, and then he turned it over to the the Tigers.
Yeah.
Lions and Tigers and Bears. And oh my, you know. But it was a very good game. A lot of good volleys throughout that first session there. So
yeah, will you go over and talk to? Well, we won't mention her name because that might be kind of like plagiarism or something. But you're going to talk to one of the players over there on their Lions team about getting back.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
And we will see you running up and down the sidelines too at some point. And
maybe
will your shirt come off and will you start? You know.
I don't know. Security's pretty tight around here.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
we don't need to see Bill's.
No. But he might get the team fired up.
Well, he'll get somebody fired up. You notice he was wearing his Packer hat.
He was.
He was.
Yeah.
Okay. So 26-24. If you're Horizon right now, you're a little deflated.
Yeah.
Because you're thinking you had that thing maybe under control.
Well, how many times you see team relax, you get out to a big lead, and the next thing you know, you're in a dogfight.
Yep.
And they got an okay lead. I think they had a 5-point lead later. I think they were at 18-13, and they still couldn't put Attucks away.
And hats off to Attucks with Coach calling the timeout and saying, look, let's get ourselves in gear. And they responded during that time. They were down 5-0. They responded and came back strong here.
Yeah. Well, by the way, you mentioned errors. Let's talk about the errors we saw. We saw, yes, a lot of good volleyball, but we also saw some areas that need to be cleaned up. And for Attucks, they had 8 receiving errors, 3 service errors, and 6 attack errors. Now, if you cut that in half, you're probably going to win this next set, but you can't have that many. And then on the other side, the one thing about Horizon, they only had 1 service error, but they also had 8 attack errors and 4 receiving errors. So, needless to say, they got work to do.
Do you notice who's sitting in the front row right by us?
Who is it?
Chris Hawkins, the basketball coach and athletic director. You know, he gets that front row like that. If during basketball games, he never, ever sits on the bench.
No.
No. And when we do his games, he's running up and down. They need to get it like a chain to throw him back into the bench.
Like in football, they have, a lot of assistant coaches hold the head coach
Well,
back.
I'll tell you, there's Chris Hawkins sitting next to Mr. Hathaway there. Chris, why don't you wave to the camera? There's Chris Hawkins right there. Yeah. That's $1,000, Chris. Thank you for the donation. We appreciate it. Chris, first thing Chris shows me is always that state championship ring.
Yeah.
I won that state championship ring for him.
Did you really?
No. But we were there.
I do notice one thing about it when you said that'll be $1,000. He didn't look back at the camera, by the way.
Not at all.
By the way, real quick, the 2A poll, Wapahani is the #1 team in the preseason, followed by Andrean, Linton Stockton, Cecina, Lafayette Central Catholic, Muncie Burris, Westdale Pioneer, South Central of Union Mills, and Park Tudor at number 10.
I'm telling you, the Cecina Ball Club dominated, very, very good last year. Should have probably went to the state, did not. They will be really, really good. We get to see them a couple times this year.
And finally, in 1A, Blackhawk Christian is #1, followed by Tecumseh, Southwood, Lagodi. Then Springs Valley, Trinity Lutheran, Daleville, South Newton, Marquette Catholic, and Indianapolis Lutheran.
And at Indianapolis Lutheran at number 10, they were all juniors. They're now all loaded as well. That's a great sectional. They're with Greenwood Christian and Central Christian and those folks. There will be noise be made in the state this year. And, we're only 14, 15 weeks away before the state tournament starts.
Only 14, 15?
I mean, it goes quick.
It does.
The fall season's very quick.
By the way, I won't count all these out, but I have a list of the top players in Central Indiana. And we're talking about players that are going to go to Villanova. They're going to go to Oregon. They're going to go to Duke, Northwestern. I mean, it's just amazing. Wisconsin, all these players going on next year.
It's amazing how volleyball has dominated, and it's because of the Coaches Association and great coaches we have.
Well, Arnett got things started the last time out, but not here. That'll be the 4th service error.
She was ready to serve about 3 minutes ago.
Yeah, it took
a while. It was like, come on, referees, let's go.
Yeah, it took a while for the officials to get it going. But
right.
Here is Elman, who, by the way, as Bill was referencing one of the players, it was Elman. And Elman comes back, gets another ace. Well, he might have a point. But we don't like showing favorites to anybody.
No, not at all. But I will tell you this, 2-0, the lead's not big enough.
No. And I'll tell you one other thing. I doubt Bill taught her how to serve either.
Her mom was an excellent athlete.
Yeah, not Bill. There's a nice play at the net. That was from the middle by Landers.
That came with some authority.
And Landers will come back and serve as well.
How many times does a player make the play and then she's up in the rotation next?
Yeah.
It happens a lot here.
It's like in baseball, you make a great play defensively, you're the first person up to hit. We have another stoppage of play.
You can tell the coaches have, you can just tell it's the first game of the year. You know, there's a lot of questions. Can they do this? Can I do this? Why aren't you calling this? And can I go get some nachos?
You have to ask to do that. You can probably just go on your own.
Well, you can't lead a bench without permission.
Okay. Well, that was not a good hit there by Gable. That'll be their 9th attack error. Landers with 3 kills, but so far no aces to go along with the kills so far.
Nice push.
Yeah, that's a dangerous set right there, but boy, again, Gable unable to make the return.
Again, you got to, I know that you want to make that hit, but make the offense move, make the defense move. I'm sorry.
You're sorry.
Well, you just, my coaching's coming back, Troy.
Your little gyrations over here, too. I wasn't sure what you meant by you're sorry. Something maybe made an illegal move or something. Tied at 3. More changes now for the Lions as Libra Berto will come in. She had an ace early.
She's got some line drives here.
Yeah, she does. She hits it as hard as anybody, and there's another one. Daniels was simply handcuffed.
I mean, that's on a rope. There's no rotation on that ball.
Well, and again, so far what we've seen out of her is nothing. I mean, there's very little room between the net and the ball when she serves. I mean, it's just a line drive. Now, one thing about this, if I'm that back row for Attucks, I step up a little bit here.
Yeah, then just shoot it over the back of your head.
Well, everything has been really well, except for that one, of course.
That went deep.
Yeah, well, that one went off the roof as well. We've seen that happen a couple of times, but right now, Berto's doing the job. That's 3 in a row, and all of a sudden, it's a 3-point lead.
You wonder how many times they have to paint this roof, because this is also their sanctuary. Oh, good save by Troy there.
Been a hockey goalie.
Yeah.
So that'll be just the second service error. Here's Porter. 6 aces tonight for Attucks. He has that really high serve. Boy, Mejia did a nice job making the return, but unable to get it was Jackson.
Nice job by Williams again. Williams have played very, very well.
Back to a 3-point lead.
Cable now serving.
That's one of those knuckleballs. Be very tough to handle. Oh boy, how about that?
Hathaway. The lefty comes through for you. You know, the athletic ability comes from her mom, too.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
I heard her dad doesn't play very well athletic.
Well, that might have been out, but Porter decides to play it. One thing about the Lions, he did a nice job after not a great attack, able to make the return and unable to hit that one was Coe. That is their 8th attack error.
I think the cross-country team at Horizon is at Beech Grove tonight.
There is a service error. That's number 3. So here's Attucks. It'll be Jackson. Jackson has 1 ace. Back set and too long.
Set right, just long hit. That was Clutter, right? On the hit there?
I believe so,
That's
yes.
right.
Here's Jackson once again, makes that little stop before she serves. A nice play there by Coe.
On the top of the net. That's a fantastic. And now Attucks only down by 2.
On the lines, when that ball gets that close to the net, they're going to have to do a little better job of
communication.
Yes, nobody was over there at all. What a great serve, but nonetheless stayed in play. Let's see how the Tigers will play it to the outside left, and mistiming the jump is Daniels. That is number 9 on the attack errors. There are a lot of in and outs here for Horizon. Achenbach will come in, so they're using a lot of different players.
Boy, when you use this many players, there's another communication with the officials and the captain. I think they've used almost, 10, 11 kids today?
At least, yeah. Back to a 3-point lead here in the second set. It went 4 last year. If Horizon can find a way to win this one, we'll at least go 4. Demi Jackson able to make the return.
Kind of disappointed on the coach. Didn't come look at this hit. Here's the hit. Coach is right there. You got to hit the ball, coach. Come on, put the ball in play.
So Achenbach trying to give him a 5-point lead right here. Oh, wow. Almost a mistake there by Porter, but eventually they get the point.
That's the overset, though. Horizon, once again, did not set the ball. Brings that ball back over after that first hit. You can wait on that if you know that's coming.
Coe was set to come back in, but she's called back to the bench there for Attucks. Here is Mejia, and that'll be their 6th service error. Still a 4-point lead. Lions, as we mentioned in that opening set, no lead was safe, and they eventually lost it. They've been pretty much in control in this one. They've been 3-4 points for the most part.
Here's the senior Tatum Covell.
And that's going to be wide. That is their 4th service error. We may end up, at least at this stage, with more errors than we will points if we're not careful here.
Yeah, I think you might be right. Again, first game of the year.
Well, the good news is it gives you something to work on, right? If you're perfect and then you couldn't tell them anything in practice. No return there by Hathaway.
The set has to be high enough where you can go under and set the ball and hit the ball. When that location is lower than the net, you're not going to get the ball over the net.
Not very often. Lions back on the attack, and again, Achenbach unable to get it across. Believe it or not, that is now 13 attack errors on the Lions. And now the lead back down to 1.
There's the set.
Attucks has done a much better job in their rotation, in their communication than they did earlier. Arnett able to get a hand on that one. Good play at the net. How about that one? Landers.
If you looked at the setter, look where the setter went. Setter came up above the 10-foot mark. Her responsibility is that 10-foot mark and below. They saw that, read that, and now they just tied this first tie of the game here.
How about Daniels? Putting the ball in play. Again, we mentioned the defense playing much better. Great play at the net up front. You had Landers and Arnett. It was Landers, I think, who got the credit for the point.
Both of them about 5'10". There's where your height comes in the advantage.
Yeah. By the way, Daniel's doing this without an ace. I mean, every time she's putting it in play and the defense is stepping up and the offense coming through. Wow. Another attack error there by Horizon, and they're down by 2.
Yeah, you can't get this away from you. You know, you get 15, 16, it will go very quickly. I like how she comes back and serves this ball. Look how high that ball goes up.
Yeah. See, you have no attack there at all for the Lions twice. Oh, just on the line.
Well, the ball never lies, but if it's the line, it's good. And Horizon needed that one.
That was Selke, by the way, there for the Lions. Yeah, they needed to stop the bleeding right there. Now here's Hathaway. Heck of a serve. Nice return by Selke.
Yeah, you needed that point. I would have loved to see if they would have set that back up, but you needed that point. But the lefty's coming through here.
How many times do you see a player not set it up and you give up a point just like that? Another big-time play.
And now Horizon back up.
Yeah, Hathaway gets her first ace unofficially. That's a heck of a serve. Tell you what, between what we saw Arnett earlier,
yes,
Daniels both for Horizon, and then you talk about now Hathaway, Alberto, and Elman. They've all served pretty well. 2-point lead, and just as I say that, that's only number 5, though.
Send your hate mail to Troy D. at.
I noticed Dad wasn't too happy about that either.
Dad was a little frowning there.
Here is Arnett. Well, one thing about the game of volleyball, if you don't know this by now, nice block up front. There is Landers again.
Well, the momentum can change very quickly.
Yeah, in that, you just never know. Unless you have one team that's dominant over another. If they're pretty evenly matched, it can go back and forth all night long. Unable to keep that one in play was Jackson. They haven't had an attack error in a while, but that's number 10 now for Attucks.
And here comes more substitutions.
Well, the one thing that both these teams are going to have to learn at some point throughout the years, you see Selke, is once you get the foot down on the throat, you got to learn to choke them out, because you're going to let some teams right back in it, and that's going to hurt. There's a service there, number 6. And it's that killer instinct you need to really put a team away when you have an opportunity.
Cole just checked in the game for Attucks. 5'10", I think she's listed.
And here is Landers. Landers has about 6 kills to her credit here tonight. That's
no communication.
Yep, that was Servin back there along with Olivia Ball.
Okay, this is when you have to push here. You're 7 away from winning this thing and taking a commanding 2-0 lead.
For Landers, that was her first ace of the night. Big time hit by Williams.
Tell you what, Williams can rip it and fire it. See where she cocked that from the bottom, right at that ear?
Yeah, big time swing there. Yeah, when she times it pretty well, she can be very effective. She loves that left side, too.
Yep. She's only a junior.
Well, Covell's a senior. Achenbach is a senior. And I believe that's it. Point will go to Attucks.
Reese Stumford is a senior as well. She's dressing tonight, and she's wearing number 6.
Okay. Here is Porter. That high arcing serve.
The backhand twist.
Well, Horizon has not responded well on offense.
You pushed 5 here.
Yeah. And I tell you what, Attucks winning at the net too. That's Daniels.
They're reading that really, really well, and she's asking for a timeout.
And they're going to need one. The Lions in jeopardy, going down by 2. Trail this one 21-18.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
Burtner Electric Incorporated is fully licensed and bonded electrical contractor for your protection. Our electricians are available 24/7 for service calls and specialize in electrical service and storm damage repair. For more information, give us a call today.
Hey, don't forget to join us Friday night. What are you doing Friday night?
I'm going to be with you and one of the big games around the area, Brebeuf and Bishop Chatard. Should be a fun one.
Also, Covenant Christian and Speedway. Oh, Jerry's going to be there too.
He's going to be at Bishop Chatard?
Yeah. He's got a new toy he's trying out.
Really?
On Friday night. Yeah.
What is it?
I can't tell you.
No.
I have to hurt you.
Porter. Heck of a serve. 3-point lead for Attucks here in the second set. Push to the outside. Not a strong swing by Daniels, but able to get it across.
Oh, nice double. Nice hit.
That's going to be Gable.
Gable played well, but I like the back and forth there.
Well, Attucks, think about it. Again, they got better size, but they've actually won most of those battles at the net. Here's Gable.
You got to put this deep.
Well, they attacked Mejia early, but since then, well, they did it right there. They had not done that for quite some time. Now, you notice Mejia's back on her heels right here, and that was a short one. I just said they need to move up about 6 inches. Gable gets her first ace. Nice recovery there by Porter. Boy, heck of a play on the sideline by Clutter. I ducked out of the way.
I got it. You can get underneath the table. Are you okay?
I'm all right.
Can you get back up?
Well, I started to look up and I thought it was too late. So just hide.
He didn't want to be Steve Barkman to catch the ball.
Tied at 21, and there's another one.
And how about, we got a shot of the line judge. The line judge is with authority, with a woof.
It's the only way to do it.
I tell you. Got a timeout, Attucks.
Attucks wants to talk about it. They have seen the lead. Now go to Horizon by 1.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
Let's see if that was a beneficial timeout. Probably When you think about getting a timeout right there, you know that Horizon's only 3 away from tying this one at 1 apiece. And this thing can go either way. The Lions trying to now ride some momentum right here. They went back middle again. Oh, how about that play on the outside? That's going to be 4 hits. That was Daniels.
Front row was not aware of where she was on the court. That was she placed that ball just right.
Here's Jackson. Good serve to the outside. Well, that one just clipping the net, and the point will go to Attucks.
Wow. Push 2 here.
We'll give Attucks a lot of credit. Trailing big in the first one, they trailed in this one. Just kept plugging away.
Look at the rotation, though. Oh, soft.
Boy, Arnett tried to push that one quickly. That's 11 attack errors now on Attucks. And what we have witnessed in the first set, we are witnessing in the second set. They were tied at 23 then, too.
No one wants to win it.
So far, no.
That's right.
Side out again for Horizon. Well, the tough play there for Coe was she got turned around.
But again, there was no communication from the wings to tell her where the ball was.
Yeah.
So now you're down. Well, you can win it here if you're Horizon.
Set point. Another good serve there by Achenbach. Heck of a spin by Selke. And the second set, Horizon wins it 25-23.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
We never really realize how much we depend on electricity until the power goes out. Get those lights back on when you choose the certified electricians at Bertner Electric Incorporated. Locally owned and operated, we are a member of the Better Business Bureau and provide only the highest quality of customer service. For more information, give us a call today.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
Back at Horizon Christian School, Horizon wins 25-23. You see the Attucks wins 26-24 in the game 1. Chris Hawkins joins us, the athletic director, basketball coach at Christmas Attucks. How's the fall season beginning?
Today's the kickoff for it, so we have cross country at Beach Grove, boys soccer play Crystal House, and we have girls volleyball here at Horizon today.
And Friday night you go up to Fort Wayne and play football.
Oh yeah, get the football team out there, kind of see what it is. We're young. We got a couple of seniors, 3 or 4 seniors coming back that will contribute, but sophomores, freshmen, and juniors. So excited to see them get on the field.
Talked to Coach today. She said she got 25 new kids in the volleyball program. Strong team last year, rebuilding this year, but boy, they don't quit on this team.
Oh no, they're going to play hard. Freshmen, sophomores, a couple seniors. So she's just throwing them in the fire, and then you have to learn. You have to learn how to play by playing these games. So it'll be good for them once we get to the city tournament to sections.
And this has been a nice little rivalry the last couple of years with Horizon thinking about joining the Indiana High School Athletic Association. You got to be really pleased to play a nice little rival and be competitive with these teams.
Oh no, we want to play these games. let us know what we need to work on, where we're at as a team. So Ms. Davis does a great job just with her freshman team, JV and varsity team. So it's a great opener for us, and like I said, hopefully we can pull it out.
I hear lunch is your favorite class.
Yeah, lunchtime's great. Miss Davis has the first 2 lunches. I have the last 2. So it's a great way to talk with our kids, bond with our kids, get to know them, and then just, have positive conversations.
When you see my message, you could always return them, or if you just want to text me, it'd be okay.
Text, and then sometimes Miss Davis will answer all emails.
Oh, okay. I'll blame her.
Okay.
Okay. Basketball season look all right?
Yeah, we have everybody back. We have some new faces. I think that'll help. That'll help Briscoe down low, some more height. And then Mason Lewis came over from North Central. So.
And is IndianaSRN going to go back to Attucks this year?
I think they'll be there for football too, but that we just need to talk about that offline.
All right, there we go.
Appreciate
Chris,
you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Chris Hawkins, the athletic director and head basketball coach. You notice he showed me his ring. See that ring? That's my state championship ring.
Would he buy it off you?
He never gave it to me. So, all right. So we've gone. So we lady for the stand says, "Here, I'll take your headset." We're one each. Whoever wins this one wins it. Okay.
You think so?
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not betting on anything because we have seen too much happen so far that tells me nothing is a guarantee.
Okay.
By the way, Lander is leading the way in kills for Crispus Attucks. She has 6. On the other side, Victoria Williams has 3. Selke has 3. Hathaway, couple of kills, couple of aces. But the big story is the attack errors. We have 16 so far for Horizon, and we have 12 attack errors for Attucks. And I think that the one thing we have seen, other than late in that second set, where Crispus Attucks has actually played much better at the net in the first 2 sets to this point. Now, serving-wise, 6 service errors on Horizon and 6 on Crispus Attucks. But I'll tell you what, Elman has actually done a nice job ever. 6 aces. You have Alberto with 4, and then Hathaway a couple of aces as well. But if you can get Elman and Alberto going, I mean, you're going to be in good shape here if you're the Lions, and this is going to be Elman.
What you have to do, though, and I think it's real important, you got off to a quick start. You're up 5-0, and you had a nice little 5-point lead going in the game. You knew you learned to put people away.
Yeah.
What we used to say, step on their throat.
Yep. Well, we're going to find out which team can take the 2-1 lead. I think both teams kind of settled down a little bit, too. They were kind of nervous early. There's some, again, miscommunication. You had Gable up front. You had Olivia Ball coming up from the back as the libero, and then nobody went after the ball in time.
And that has to be Ball's play. She's coming toward the ball. Gable was going away from the ball.
One thing that Arnett's going to have to be careful of on that serve is not step over the line. I'm not sure the official, the line judge, was watching that time, but she was really close. Williams on the return. Ball played at the net. That'll be Jackson.
You see what Attucks did, though, that time? They reversed the ball. They went down the weak side of the lane. No one there was to recover.
We'll keep an eye on Arnett right here.
I think she heard you.
She backed up a step.
She did.
Yep,
oh, yeah.
Cleared at that time. Heck of a serve, too. See, I like that. Arnett back there with Mejia. Great push there by Gable.
Back door, no one there. Tell you what, our line judge is getting into it tonight. I kind of dig him. He's flipping around.
Well, let me tell you what, I'd rather have that than what you see sometimes. There's a lot of indecision because they put high school kids out there. That's tough.
Yes, sir. Here we go.
2-1 Attucks here in the third set. Heck of a serve again. Roberto's been on fire on her serves. Williams deep. Mejia ain't able to get it. Williams has her fourth kill. There's just not enough to separate these two.
No.
You could switch jerseys. There's a service error. That's number 7. You could switch everybody's jerseys and not be able to tell, at least from what we've seen so far. No, you don't want to give him any of that. He'd have heartburn in a minute. 3-2 Attucks. I think that was a double hit that time by Cole. Went right, left, and right.
She almost got away with it, though.
Yeah.
It took him a while to think, well, wait a minute, that's the same arm.
I don't think she can do that. But it was impressive. It actually went left to right.
Yes.
So she tipped it to herself. You know, that
Coach Davis is saying, what you do? We teach that here at Attucks.
That's right. You know, that those nachos right there had some peppers on it.
Yes.
There's an ace. You'd be in really bad shape if you had a couple of those. Well, Gable has actually played well when you consider 4 kills, 3 aces, all around good game tonight as she's back to serve once again. Well, just every time I talk good about somebody, they make a mistake the next time.
Yeah, send the hate mail to you.
Just shut up after a while. Huh? Here's Porter.
Yep, she's played well.
Well, who's going to make the first move, get that lead, and then try to put the other team away? It has been almost impossible here tonight. That's Williams. That's number 5.
But if you see the play, Olsen is just a little bit, I think, too deep. For Horizon.
And she's playing that middle back.
Yeah, but I think she's a little bit too deep.
Here's Achenbach. Lead at 1.
There's a block.
That's Hathaway.
That's a nice block.
You know, knows Dad's not sitting over here anymore.
Nah, Dad sat down the other end.
2-point lead. Receiving error there by Daniels. They're in double figures in attack errors and receiving errors tonight for Crispus Attucks, and now they trail it by 3. It really means nothing in this matchup here tonight so far. See, now right there, Olsen, now she's only a sophomore, but you could kind of tell she was hesitant going for that set.
And at that time, you kneel down and you bring that all the way up past your chest, up to your head.
Jackson has served well. Not a whole lot of lift on the side there by Selke. They are now at 20 attack errors. Jackson -1 here for Attucks in the third set.
Oh, that just barely got it.
Well, I think if you're the Lions, you need to get as many attacks as you can, just like that. So nice job by Selke to come back.
Again, with Olsen churning around there, maybe extend the hands a little bit more here.
Back to a 2-point lead. Not as many changes so far for the Lions as what we had seen in the first 2 sets, but you're so early in the season, you're still trying to find a rotation that you want to use. This will be Lizzie Clutter.
And now they put Hythe in the front row.
Yeah, Berto comes out, and back in will be Marshall. Lions, nice block, but it goes out of play. Boy, back to the outside. That looked like Selke again.
Yep.
And is back to a 3-point lead. That's going to be a service error. That is the 8th service error tonight for Horizon. Landers is back in. She's played well tonight, especially on that front row. And we'll see Mejia now serving -2 here in the 3rd set. Marshall tried to step over from that left side and probably should have let that one go a little bit toward the middle back. That is 5 receiving errors now for Horizon. Mejia unable to get that one across. That is 7 service errors. Back to a 2-point lead, and this will be Hathaway.
Oh, no. No.
Number 9. A little too much English on that one.
A little bit.
Back to Daniels now for Attucks.
Now, this is the young lady that got them going on game number 1.
Well, and the one thing about it is she did that too in game 2 because she didn't have any aces.
She just puts the ball in play.
Just puts the ball in play. Take that back. She actually, I think, had 1. Well, able to get the play. Say that was lifted.
That's a pretty good call.
Yep.
I mean, that's a tough call because you're playing so well, but that's a good call.
Lions had, through the first 14 total points in this 3rd set, didn't have a ton of changes, but now they're subbing like they had in the first 2, and Elman is back in, who's been instrumental in the serving department. But we haven't seen anybody really go on a 9-0 run like we did earlier. That's been a big key as well. That's going to be wide. Bless you.
I'm telling you.
You know, that's a cough button, not a sneeze button, but you can still use it.
I got you. Thank you so much.
Here is Arnett.
I'm taking the headsets off.
Back to a 1-point lead. Well, I tell you what, that was a pretty good set right there to Porter, and she delivers inside the line.
I love Jackson because Jackson went right to the official and said that hit the line. Good call. It's 11-up.
Arnett's been pretty good at serving tonight as well. From the attack line, nothing there for Attucks. Mejia able to keep it alive. Good job.
Oh, push it to the left.
Good volley going. Oh, wow, Williams. Good defense there for Attucks. Williams misplayed that one. Well, that's going to be a number they're going to look at, and again, however you stat this game, I have them for 22 attack errors tonight for the Lions. Cut that in half, they probably lead this 2-1.
Nice push. Gable. Have her for 5 kills, 3 assists tonight, or I should say 3 aces tonight.
Coaches changed their lineup there. You look at them pushing it a little bit more to the left side of the court.
Well, here's Alberto. Now she has that line drive serve. It's been tough for Attucks to handle when she's on the mark. See, there's no offense there for Attucks when she is serving. Nothing again for the Tigers, but they're able to get it off the miscue by Alberto.
Now let's see if they can put 3 or 4 together here.
Well, so far that has not been the case in this third set. Neither team has been able to run much off at all, and then you have another service error. That's number 8.
And those are unforced errors.
They are.
Those are errors
you've given away a point.
Yep.
But if you want to look at both ways, 9 for Horizon, 8 for Attucks. That means that Horizon's only up by 1 there, so it's kind of evening out. Oh, my. Gable got just enough.
Now, I'm going to tell you a secret.
Yeah.
When I was coaching,
you taught your team
I
that.
taught that.
Yeah.
You know how I taught it? I put a rubber band from the top of the net, top of the antenna to the other antenna, and had them shoot through it.
Did it work?
True story. Well, yeah, we were very good at that.
Receiving error there by Attucks.
Some people thought I was weird when they came into practice and see a scrimmage that way, but we had some kids that wanted to shoot over.
Well, you know that a lot of people came to your practice, didn't have to see that to know you might have been a little weird. I mean, is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Good return by Arnett. Boy, Attucks needs to get their offense going here. They just keep making the return, and then Williams unable to get it across.
Maybe too aggressive.
Sometimes I think Williams, that's Victoria Williams for Horizon, kind of mistimes her jump. Here's Porter.
Junior.
Back to a 1-point lead here for the Lions. That's Olsen. You want to tell me? I'll hold on to the attack error number for a little bit, okay?
Thank you.
Here's Porter once again. Again, Porter's been known for that high arcing serve. How about that from the outside? It looked like that was Clutter. Back to a 1-point lead, side out, Lions. Here's Achenbach. Nice play there by Jackson. Oh, boy.
That ball had eyes. That ball looked like it was going to go out. Look at, it's coming right here, right by us.
That looked like Clutter.
Give it to her.
That's her 3rd kill of the night. Back to a 2-point lead. Boy, Attucks has not had a real solid offensive attack here in a while. That's going to be wide.
It looks like her ready to attack, and then all of a sudden does that unforced turnover. And
a lot has to do with body, where her body's located, or their players, if they're turned too far, turned maybe not far enough. Sometimes you need to get your body square. Well, that would have been out, but Mejia played it anyway.
She called for help.
So the lead at 2. Well, that's tough. I mean, anytime that ball gets toward the sideline, you've got to make a quick judgment call whether it's going to be in or out. And if you make the right call, you're
You look good if you don't. Then you are charged with a mistake like that, but still, that's tough.
Cavell now on to serve.
She's not served a whole lot here tonight, so putting her in a tough situation. We have seen some good volleys here tonight. Unable to make the return. Point will go to the Lions.
Hathaway was right there for the block as well, just in case. And now they've opened that 3-point lead. We got a timeout, Attucks.
Horizon leads it by 3.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
We never really realize how much we depend on electricity until the power goes out. Get those lights back on when you choose the certified electricians at Bertner Electric Incorporated. Locally owned and operated, we are a member of the Better Business Bureau and provide only the highest quality of customer service. For more information, give us a call today.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
You know who I've been impressed with tonight?
Our producer?
Our producer's really done a nice job.
He's taking the headset off, too.
Yeah, he's taking the headset off. He's in uniform tonight. Looks good. I think he wants to go home.
I know he does. All right. Side out and a service error. That is number 10. They're in double digits in attack errors and service errors. So I'm sure that the Lions will practice a lot of that tomorrow. Here's Mejia. That will be number 9.
Look at the coaches' face, though. Both of them are just like, ugh, we teach this. I'm sure they both prepared for this game because they know each other so well,
But you know as well as I do, there are a lot of times where practice is much different because when the lights come on and there's a crowd here and it's loud, it's a different atmosphere.
True.
Boy, tough play there by Landers. I coach basketball, and I didn't do it very well, but when I draw something in the timeout, they'd come out of the timeout and run a play. I had no idea what they were running. It wasn't what we talked about. Nice return there for Attucks. Nice play at the net by Landers.
Cannot turn your back on the play to think it's over.
The point I make is a lot of times it's going to take repetition.
Yep.
By game 30, you're probably feeling
doing
pretty good.
Well, right? Yeah.
But game 1 or game 3, you got a lot to work on. -3 here for Daniels and Attucks on the serve, and there's an ace.
If you're Horizon, you're 4 away. That looks really long away from here.
Well, the way this match is gone.
Yep.
The one thing we can guarantee is there's no guarantee. How about that?
Got to go get the ball. You got to go get the ball. You can't lean.
Well, again, I'm more of a proponent of playing if I know that the server is going to be going short, I need to move up a little bit. I know that sounds easy to do, but I'm going to take about a 6-inch to a foot step up, and I'll challenge that person to shoot it over my head. But so far for this server and Daniels, that has not been the case. See, everything's been short and high. Down the line, Jackson played it, and then on the return, Daniels
Misfires. Lead at 2. Winner of this will go up 2-1.
Elman now comes back and finishes.
You know, Elman was hot early, but since then, she just hasn't been the same. She had those 6 aces very early in the first set and has not been able to duplicate those numbers so far. Well, that might have been out here on the near sideline. Just inside the attack line on the swing there by Landers. Landers probably statistically has been a huge key tonight for Crispus Attucks. And here's Arnett. See what Arnett comes up, plays that attack line pretty well. Nice sweep there, but Mejia able to come back with it. Good little push by Landers. Mejia.
Go to the left.
How about Arnett? All over the floor here for Attucks. Oh, nice play.
Off the rebound. That hit the ceiling. I think that might have hit the smoke detector. I kid you not.
Well, I tell you what, that was excellent rotation, and Arnett came up and played exceptionally well after serving. Oh, just out of the reach of Arnett there. Give the point, though, to Covell. Back to a 1-point lead. Side out again for the Lions. And there you go. That is Marshall.
I think she's out of timeout, so she's going to let this ride.
7 different players have an ace tonight for the Lions. And here is set point. Hit deep and long.
Ball
11. Boy, in that situation, you just want to put it in play.
Yep.
Just like baseball, a game of inches.
Now she calls the timeout.
And it is official. Timeout, Attucks. They trail it by 1.
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from-scratch concept with comfort fresh food. You can expect a world-class experience on a great budget. We've got incredible specials, great service. Today's dish that we're going to highlight is going to be our Aspen Blue Sirloin. It is, again, our premium Black Angus certified beef, and we top that with a blue cheese crust. Again, everything that we do here is made from scratch, and it's no different from our steaks. We hand cut all our steaks in-house. So our team back there it's just an incredible team. Everything that they do, they take so much pride in. They put a little bit of themselves into everything that they do over here, especially since it is a made from scratch concept. We want everybody to come, visit us, enjoy some great food with some great service. Bring your friends, bring your family, come have some great food, have a great time with us with some of the best comfort scratch food.
We are still at set point here in this third set. Can the Lions put it away following the timeout by Attucks? Good push there by Jackson.
Guess what? We're going to go overtime.
Well, 2 out of 3. We have gone now to extra volleyball action. Attucks trying to go up 2-1 and a service error right there by Landers. That's number 10 now on Crispus Attucks. So now set point as the Lions have an opportunity here. That is Gable. Good serve.
Lions to the outside. Williams, and it goes wide. Jackson tried to make the play there for Attucks, and Horizon, they win it. Wait a minute. I think they reversed that call. We're tied at 25. And now Elman coming over to get an explanation. I'd love to hear this discussion. Demi Jackson was the one who hit the ball. I thought it went out, but the official said apparently no, and the point will go to Attucks. And so we're tied at 25 now.
We don't have a shot at that, but line judge clearly said out.
Yeah. Unless it was touched. That's the only thing I can think. So now Attucks. Here's Porter. Near collision. Point will go to the Lions. Looked like Covell there, and Covell, is she going to serve? Set point once again. I had to ask who is up to serve here, and this is going to be Williams. Chance to go up 2-1.
Attucks is fired up.
Good serve. No attack there for Crispus Attucks. Outside Williams. Mejia on that back middle row. And Attucks wanted some call to be made, and I think they got it again. So the point will go to Crispus Attucks. 2 calls that have gone against the Lions here. And now we're tied at 26. I did not see what he called there.
Back row attack. Cavell came back. She was in the back row, came back, jumped over the 10-foot back row attack.
Okay. Side out. Here's Jackson. Jackson, a high arcing serve. Lions. Jackson on the return. No attack there again for Crispus Attucks. Mejia. How about that? Heck of a play by Coe. Got just enough of it.
Attucks is up by 1.
Yep.
My goodness.
And we're back to set point. It is loud.
It's been exciting.
Oh. That's 11.
Okay, I got to be at work at 5 a.m.
Hey, guess what? I don't. But I'll be thinking about you.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it.
Each team now with 11 service errors.
And they've been forced, they both have forced themselves into this mess.
Ooh. That is also the 11th receiving error now by Crispus Attucks. And now we're at set point again.
How about that?
Horizon surviving. They win it 29-27. They lead it 2-1.
Calling officials cheaters or corrupt, it's not a game.
Insulting referees. It's not a game.
Threatening officials, it's not a game.
Berating young umpires, learning the ropes, it's not a game.
Violent language in the stands, it's not a game.
Verbal abuse from the sideline. It's not a game.
Screaming at a referee in the parking lot, it's not a game.
We really focus on modern application development, DevOps, so automating the whole process of delivering your solution, and cloud architecture.
It's very important for mid to large companies to have cloud partners because you can't possibly have all the talent you need to address the complex ecosystem of the cloud.
We advise them on all parts of their business. And then when things are defined and we see a clear goal, Clean Slate also then goes and does the work.
We have a team that is very passionate about what they do. We love to solve complex problems, and there's a lot of companies out there that will avoid, getting involved in those things, and I think that's why clients like to work with us.
Back here at Horizon, you see the scores there, 26-24, 25-23, 29-27, and now Horizon leads it 2-1. I want to remind you, this broadcast is copyrighted by IndianaSRN and the Indiana High School Athletic Association for the private use of our audience. The use of pictures, videos, and audio without the expressed written permission of the IHSAA is prohibited. We'll be back with more as we come up with set number 4 in a moment.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Well, if my math is correct, we have had no less than 48 points scored in the 3 of the matches we have seen so far. 3 sets, right?
That's correct.
So if it's any indication, we will probably see another one go at least 26-24.
Someone will dominate this one.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Well, I'm curious now, how will Attucks respond after losing that? Because they had 2 calls go against them late. All right, excuse me. Lions had 2 calls go against them late, and Attucks was unable to win. Then if you look at the other side, you had the 2 calls go against you late, and yet you still were able to win if you're the Lions, right?
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it makes sense.
So then from an emotional standpoint, you think, wow, we dodged a bullet right there. And if you're Attucks, we really should have won that set.
Yep.
But they had a service error late, and they had an attack error late. And the one I remember the most was the one on Jackson where she stepped up on it and it flew off to the left side. And unfortunately, they were unable to rebound from there. So we have seen some
strange stuff tonight.
Strange stuff.
We really have.
And again, we've seen some good things, but we've also seen some things where these 2 teams, this early in the year, you'd kind of expect some of the things that are happening, but we've seen a lot of errors made on both sides. Who will commit the least errors in the next set? Arnett was serving there once again for Crispus Attucks, and unable to make the return inside the attack line is Daniels. And Horizon now leads it 1-0.
You just got to build momentum right here.
Here's Ellman. Well, that is, and you're right, but then a mistake like that, we're talking about what, 25, 27 of those tonight for the Lions, or are they just not making a good, strong return? But that is always easier said than done. All you have to do is this, but so far neither team has been able to do much after that early 9-0 start, and then it became a 9. Nice play. That's Williams. And then you'd had a 9-0 run the other way, but since then it's been just nip
back
and tuck.
forth. Yep. No one. It's one of those things where no one really wants to take charge, or no one wants to win.
Yeah, you got that feeling.
You just feel like if I do something out of the norm, I'm going to make a mistake, and then I'm going to lose. My team's going to lose.
That's going to be another service error. That's 12.
That's a good point our producer just made in my ear. They're trying not to lose.
Yeah. Daniels will
That's why
serve.
That's why he's the best in the business right there.
Makes the big dollars.
Yep.
Tied at 2. That is Olivia Ball, unable to make the return.
If you just joined us, this game started early at 7:15.
So in other words, we're
2 hours
in a minute. And it might go another hour.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Just to get you prepared. Boy, that looked like Coe got into the net there, but they're going to give the point to Attucks. I thought Coe really stepped into that net big time. So a 4-2 lead here for Attucks. So if Attucks wins this one, we will go to yet another set, the 5th and deciding. There you go. Heck of a play there by Clutter. I don't believe you're going to see anybody get up by more than 4
2
at the most.
4?
Yeah.
Okay.
4 is my limit.
The concession stand just now closed. The girls are a little disappointed.
Service error there by Gable. That is the 13th. Side out Attucks, leading it by 2. Here is Jackson. Hey, my arm would get tired by now as many times they have served tonight. Good return by Hathaway. Coe tried to find that middle and nothing available. So that's going to be a strong swing. It'll go wide. Boy, so many opportunities both ways. These two teams want to certainly be competing at the end of the year. They're going to have to really cut down on some of the errors.
There's your 4.
I really thought that time Ellman kind of tripped up a little bit. And here is Jackson once again. Back set, but not very good one. Good return. Williams kind of sliced on that one, and that's a nice play at the net. That was Hathaway with that left hand.
Lefty's done really well both times today.
So we got it to 4, now it's back down to 3. 4, I said, it'd be the limit. Here's Achenbach. Boy, the Tigers so many times tonight, as that one hit in the net by Clutter. They have had, I mean, just the thing is, what I'd like to see them do is when they receive it, is not just send it right back over. And receive it, set it up, and try to get an attack going. But they've had so many of those tonight where they just basically give it right back. Here's Mejia. And Mejia handcuffing Olsen on that back row. That is her 4th ace of the night. Boy, at this stage, I wouldn't be nervous at all, would you? I mean,
No.
you've played so much volleyball right now. There's a service error. That's 12.
Right now, almost adrenaline is out of it. You're almost now getting tired of maybe turnover city.
Yeah.
You're getting kind of tired, and you're getting weary.
Well, and then think about it, too. You've gone now 3+ sets, and you're thinking. I think mentally you might be a little bit tired, too. See, there's another one where Attucks got no offense there. And they've sent it back twice now. So they had 2 opportunities right there, though that one was wide. But Attucks has got to learn to set it up more, so they can stay with the offense longer. I'm going to stop talking about attack errors and stuff, okay?
Okay, that's fine.
I'm running out of room here.
I noticed that you are.
5-point lead, so we've gotten it to 5. I said 4 might be the limit, but then another point up front there by Hathaway.
At this point, maybe as a coach too, do you just play do you just play 6? Do you just?
I find my top 6 and go with it.
Yeah.
Find out who's been playing the best, in your opinion, between you and your assistant coach and talking about it, then I go with those.
Timeout Horizon.
Lions need the timeout right here. They trail it by 4.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
10-6 here in the 4th set of our opening broadcast of the brand new high school season. Don't forget high school football coming up on Friday night, week 1.
Is that tomorrow?
Well, almost.
Okay.
It's closer to tomorrow than it was 2.5 hours ago.
Okay.
What time do you get up again?
5 a.m. I'm up at 5 a.m. at work at 6.
Very good.
Yeah.
So it's
I didn't take my nap this afternoon.
No, well, it's almost 9:30 now.
I got you.
There's a service error by Hathaway. By the way, that is now 14 service errors for the Lions.
I thought you said you was going to stop talking about that.
Sorry.
Okay.
I won't bring it up one more time that you got to get up at 5. Here's Arnett. Oh, so he did get a nap. Boy, nice save, but just one short. Achenbach unable to get the return.
Attucks is drifting farther apart here.
Yeah, where is your phone? By your napping chair that you took today at 2 o'clock?
My recliner.
Here's Arnett. Boy, I tell you what.
Attucks is on the roll.
They are. They certainly are. That's the 3rd ace by Arnett. The lead at 7. I must take it back now. Question will be at this stage, can Attucks keep up their momentum? That has not been something either team has been able to hold on to. That's going to be a net violation, I believe, on Landers. That might be our first. So the lead at 6, side out, Lions. Another change here for Horizon.
You would think by now you would know your rotation and you would just go through it.
Well, Elman, again, she had the hot hand early. They're hoping maybe she will pick that back up right here with a 6-point deficit, make it 7. That is now number 15. I'll just talk about service errors the rest of the way. The attack errors, receiving errors, I'm going to push those aside for the moment.
14-7. This is the largest lead Attucks has had.
For a long time, yeah. Landers once again. Landers unable to make the return. So it's back to 6, side out Lions. And here's Alberto. Now again, she has been at least capable of serving
3 or more.
Yeah, well, and she's got that line drive serve if she can continue to get it over the net like that. That is her 5th ace. Thing is, if she would do that, I mean, and again, she's always very close to it. She could serve this thing out if she really continued to serve this way. But then that happens. It's the inconsistency.
That would be the good word. That would be the word of the night.
Yeah, both teams.
Yes. Fundamentally a little weak tonight.
Yeah, got a lot to work on.
Yes.
Here's Daniels.
But again, game 1 and game 3.
Williams. Mejia. Back to Williams, and then is she stepping back on it? See, and the thing is Williams right there. I would rather have people coming up than me trying to go back on that.
Timeout Horizon.
So another timeout. Horizon trails it by 7.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
Never miss a game. Right here on IndianaSRN.
Well, right now it's 7 for Attucks, side out. Once again for Daniels after the timeout. Attucks trying to force it to a 5th game. Boy, nice play right behind there by Daniels at the tack line. Williams.
Oh, what a save.
That was Jackson. Mejia. And then unable to make the play is Gable.
I'm telling you what, the save that Attucks made, was that Jackson that made that?
Yes.
That was
good reaction time.
That's a great reaction time. I think they just feel like they have a little bit more confidence here.
Right, yeah. Momentum's back with Attucks. And an 8-point lead, that might be their biggest of the night. They've had a 9-point deficit. Well, Jackson unable to make the play there with Williams. Williams gets the point, lead back to 7 now for Attucks, side out Lions. Return Coe. That time Elman trying to push it deep inside the attack line. On the swing there is Porter. Williams back to the outside, and Williams delivers. I have Williams now for 7 kills. Lead at 6. Uh-oh, here come the Lions, Keith.
I'm ready.
Attucks is trying to make sure Keith has to stay up late tonight. Oh, almost for Jackson, but stepped right in front of our net. Point Lions, side out Lions, -5. And here's Gable once again.
Oh.
Deep middle there, and Mejia played it well. No attack put together there for the Lions. What can Attucks do here? From the attack line, and Co unable to make the return.
How about this? You mean you? I think you're at 17-9, was you not?
17-8.
8.
Now -4 and another nice serve. And Gable, Williams, Ellman have all put together a solid night, as has Hathaway. And then, of course, Landers has played well. Mejia, Daniels. Service error. I will tell you that is number 17 for the Lions. Here's Jackson.
Now it's Attucks' turn to go on a road.
If Attucks wins again, we go to a 5th set. Jackson very consistent in that high arcing serve, and you would think Horizon would be used to that by now, but second ace for Jackson. See how the Lions respond here. There you go, left hand for Hathaway. Well, Hathaway did that flat-footed too, by the way.
She's a sophomore.
Each team has reached the double-digit mark in receiving errors in this one. 4-point lead once again for Attucks. Back set. Wow. That was
maybe a little bit too much thunder there.
That was a home run ball. Here's Mejia.
Now you got to push 5 here.
Lions trailing it by 5, able to make the return. Let's see if Attucks can go on the attack inside the line, and that'll be Landers. Play at the net, Landers.
Nobody recovered there for Horizon. And Horizon's out of timeouts here, so she can't stop the bleeding here.
10 kills by Landers. Attucks again leading it by 6. Here's Mejia. That's a good serve. 5 aces for Mejia.
Yeah, it does look like that, doesn't it?
Lead back to 7. Might be too much here for the Lions after squeaking by in the last 2 sets. That's going to be wide as well. How about Mejia? 3 straight aces. She has 6.
They're feeling it right now.
Yep. And by the way, it's only to 15 in the 5th set, but the way that thing may go, we could be here a long time. Well, and almost hit the ceiling. Nice play up front by Landers.
And Landers, what she did, because the setter moved, Clutter moved to the left, she found the hole there on the right side. And we're match point here.
You know how many volleyball games they did last year went 5 sets?
4.
Most of them. It was more than 4. And we will go to another and final set as Attucks dominating in this one. They win at 25-15.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
Bertner Electric Incorporated is fully licensed and bonded electrical contractor for your protection. Our electricians are available 24/7 for service calls and specialize in electrical service and storm damage repair. For more information, give us a call today.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
Back here at Horizon, we will go to a fifth set, something that Keith Myers predicted would not happen, but it has happened again because I'm on the broadcast. And I tell you, about probably 95% of the matches I did last year went 5 sets. But we want to remind everybody, if we can, Keith Myers,
yes,
that Rose Holman,
the new home,
60 games,
home, the new home, IndianaSRN.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of games.
And people are excited. I don't know if you've read the press release, but people are excited. And it's just going to be welcome. We'll welcome Rose Holman. And also Franklin College with their home football games as well. So if you are out there and you have a team and you want us to do 5 games for volleyball, please contact us. Even if you let us do 3, it's okay. Contact us at coach@indianasrn.org. We're scheduling basketball now, and folks, I'm telling you, get it done early because basketball season looks pretty full right now.
Yeah.
But we'll always make room for you.
60 games
at Rose Holman.
That's a lot of games.
I'm excited. Yeah.
Do I get to do any of those?
Yes. Okay. You're going to get to go to a lot down 70.
All right.
Here's the tale.
All right, here we go.
If I'm coaching this game, I'm going to tell the girls, you played 2 hours and 15 minutes already, or even a little bit more than that. Yeah. You've been very competitive in every game except the last game. Finish it strong. If you make a statement, if you're addicts, what you say, hey, we'll kind of blink, and we made a nice little comeback. The coin toss, I don't know who won the coin toss, but I tell you, whoever serves first might be at a disadvantage.
Could be. Well, I'll tell you what, I would say right now, and again, I'm not a bet man, but I think Attucks, the way that they played in that 4th set, kind of gives them a little bit of an edge because momentum is such a big key. Here's the second thing. I'm not going to keep – all these stats mean nothing now. Right. But we're going to keep the stats in this final set. Who makes the least mistakes, I think, will win this one.
I think one thing Attucks has to do too is get back on offensive attack. A lot of times they've been giving it back to the Lions, and the Lions go back on the attack, and then you're back on defense. I think if Attucks can set it up a little bit more. Landers has had a monster night in kills.
Arnett had a nice. In fact, it was kind of neat. Arnett was in that huddle, and she was the only one that was talking. Guess what year she is?
Senior.
Yeah.
Yep.
There you go. Seniors going, hey, look, we beat them last year. We can beat them again. Cecina. Horizon gets the serve. Here we go.
Here's Elman. First one to 15, win by 2. Everything got quiet really fast, and Elman with a service error. So there's one. I won't tell you how many overall, because really, again, nothing matters until right now.
Yeah, everything's 0 here.
Here's Arnett. Good serve by Arnett. Lions have to push it back, and then there's a collision on the sideline between Porter and Daniels.
Daniels didn't communicate.
So each team with an early mistake. Clutter back in on that front row.
Yes,
Serving now will be Alberto.
Now she's played well.
Yep. She's one of those that kind of throws that fastball and you're not sure what's going to be a strike or a ball. Or sometimes a wild pitch. There, see, that's what Attucks does well right there. When they can set it up and get Landers involved in the middle, they're able to score points.
And you have that and the thing is, now the server that was really consistent tonight is now out of the rotation.
Yeah. So here's Landers on the serve, and there is a service error, 2 mistakes. So we're tied at 2.
Gable, she's done well. I mean, it's been a pretty good volleyball game. A little ugly at times.
I would give it a 50-50 because you've seen some good and you've seen some not so good. And the Lions unable to make the play there. So now each team has a mistake made here in the 5th set. 3-2 Attucks side out here for Daniels.
And again, this goes to 15, so you can't make too many of these mistakes.
No. Daniels 4 aces here tonight. Back set to the right, and Mejia unable to play it. Give the kill there to Clutter.
Mejia looks at the line and went, ugh, should have left it alone.
Clutter 5 kills on the night, and much like what we have seen all night long, we're even at 3. People look at that scoreboard there at the bottom right and go, what happened in that 4th set? Because everything else has been within 2. Short serve played by Daniels. Oh, great play by Mejia on the dig to keep it alive. Well, Hathaway had the right idea, but unfortunately sent that one a little bit too far north. So that is the 3rd mistake made now by Horizon. They trail it by 1. Side out here for Jackson. Lions go outside. Nice block up front by Coe, and then they can't make the play. That's the second attack error committed by Attucks here in this final set, tied at 4.
Okay, here's who you want on the floor, right? Your leadership, your senior.
Yep. That is Tatum Covell. Boy, 4-4 on the scoreboard, 3-3 in the errors made. You could not have a more even matchup than this one here tonight. Nice push there by Marshall. When in doubt, keep it in play. And then Selke unable to continue. As she hits that one into the net, that'll be the 4th committed error. So now if you're Attucks, you only have 10 to go.
One third of the game is done.
Well, if you can get on a little run right, if you can get 5 in a row, I think you're going to win this thing. And there's the start of it. Mejia. That is now the 7th ace she has had tonight. In other words, if you get, let's say you get 3 or 4 more here, I think you take the sails, the wind out of the sails there for Horizon. Horizon unable to make the return.
Got to call a timeout here. You're halfway.
But you know what? You know, one thing about it too, sometimes you say, ladies, you got to play through this. I can't call a timeout every time something goes bad. That's in. Nice play there by Selke. You know, sometimes, again, you just tell your players, I can't call a timeout. You're going to have to find a way to get it done. Here's Hathaway. Also back in will be Gable at 5'10" along that front line. -2. Good knuckleball serve there. And unable to make the return is Arnett.
Keep it in play.
Yep.
That's all you need to do.
Like we said earlier, for Horizon, just put it in play. Arnett able to make that one at the net. Boy, nice play there. Quick hands by Landers. And nice job there by Marshall.
I don't know where she came from. Was she on that? She was right on that backside, wasn't she?
Yep, she was. Took that little step to the right. And just like that, tied at 7. Good serve again by Hathaway. Lions tried to push it to the outside. Gable couldn't keep it in play. Attucks side out +1. Good look here at Porter. Porter is not, at least to my recollection, as that one hit in the net by Selke, has not had a service error tonight, just has been consistent on that high arcing serve, and for some reason Horizon has had some difficulty with it. +2 now for Attucks. Nice job on the outside by Daniels. In the middle, it's Landers. And unable to get it across again, Horizon. That is 8 errors they have made here in this set. And they trail it by 3. Now that one kind of caught Horizon a little bit off balance.
A little bit flat-footed there.
Well, Porter's been up this way, high arcer, and that one went flat.
Yeah, I think and timeout Horizon.
Well, Horizon wants to talk about it. 11-7 Attucks.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
Attucks.
Here we go.
Leads it by 4. You know, I didn't notice till a little bit ago. You come right back to work. I don't know why you just don't spend the night over here on the bleachers.
I'll be sleeping on a bleacher.
You should. Boy, another nice deep serve by Porter. And down the line and wide. Well, the mistakes have piled up here for Horizon. Only 4 errors made by Attucks. Down by 5. Does Horizon have enough? Now Attucks can go on the attack. Landers didn't get much on that one, but another mistake there by Horizon.
Coach can taste it.
9 errors by Horizon. Porter again. Another consistent serve. Lions able to make the return, but no attack at all. That one might be wide, and it is. Daniels unable to keep it in play.
Okay, now you got an opportunity here. You don't want to give them the ball back.
Well, you cannot make 2 more mistakes if you're Horizon.
You're down 13-8 here.
Here's Ellman. I mean, that really kind of puts some pressure on you now. You know you're down to just 2 mistakes that you can make. Now you're down to 1.
Yeah.
That is 10. I mean, that's a lot of mistakes in a 20-point game so far, or 21-point game. Here it is. This is match point for Arnett. Good serve by Arnett, and that's it. Arnett finishes it off with an ace. Attucks winning the final 2 sets, and they win it by a final of 3-2. Attucks winning their season opener. Horizon, they fall to 2-1 on the season. Your thoughts about this one? It was a long one for sure. We ended up going almost 3 hours, 2.5, about 2:40 in this one here tonight, but both teams have some things to work on, but we saw some good things too.
Tough loss. You got to bounce back. You play Thursday. If you're Horizon, you play Thursday. If you're Attucks, you don't play again until next Tuesday. You know, a lot of things to work on, but it was a pleasure. Thanks to Matt and everybody else. It was a great time tonight.
Well, we want to thank everybody here
I
at
want
Horizon.
to thank our fan club, by the
way.
She's awesome.
Well, next time we need somebody to fill in, she can do it for
can.
sure. Thanks to the entire crew for joining us here tonight, doing a fantastic job as Crispus Attucks wins it by a final of 3-2. This has been high school volleyball right here on IndianaSRN.